Welcome to a weekly gearing guide and more stuff to do this week. There is actually quite a lot going on. Today marks the 1st of October, and this means we have to go to the trading post where we can go ahead and collect our new coins for the month. So you get 500 straight up, and you can also interact with the NPCs to see what they have on offer. As usual, I pretty much pick up the mounts every single time, and there's this one available, and the return of Hand of Reshi Kakal. This one over here. Actually pretty cool looking mount. We had this in the trading post earlier in the year. And of course, there's a bunch more other stuff that you can look through too. There's actually a third option available, and it's going to be this one over here, which I feel like looks really cool. Like that is such a cool looking mount. This one is available within your adventure guide, and this is gained for completing your traveler's log and getting 1,000 travel points all the way to the top here, which along the way is also going to award you Trader's Tender. You can see here you can get an additional 500, and at the end, you will get this mount over here. And to progress this travel bar, you just have to do things in the game, like, kill Corin Direbrew and just dungeons and random things. Literally, you can come check here what you need to do, and a bunch of things will give you points for completing them. There'll also be a Twitch drop that is going live later today, which is going to give you the little Coalee, which is the baby pet lord pet, which you get for watching 4 hours of World of Warcraft content on twitch.tv. Unfortunately, I don't stream myself, so you'll have to find a World of Warcraft stream on Twitch and watch that for 4 hours. You could also possibly do it at the Midnight Open House, which is the deep dive that they're doing later today. If this is available on Twitch, you can watch there and hopefully get the pet from doing that if you're interested. And now we're going to go claim our weekly Great Vault. The last 2 weeks, I've only got a socket each time. Hopefully this week I get a piece of gear that I can catalyze and have a Myth tier piece. Luckily, this week I have the option of Myth gloves as well as Myth legs. That's really cool for me. I hope you guys got something good in your vault this week. Now, if you want Myth gear like this that can be upgraded all the way to 723 eye level, the way you're going to do this within your vaults is by doing keystone dungeons at least 10 or above. Once you do a 10, it's going to count in your Great Vault over here for doing just one of them at 10 will give you 1 slot of Myth gear. Doing 4 Mythic pluses at plus 10 key will give you another option, and 8 of them another option. Now is a good time to really push for completing some 10s to get some Myth gear, but if you're still trying to get heroic gear, you can at least do 7s because you'll also get gilded crests from those to upgrade your gear as well. The next thing we're going to talk about are bountiful delves. You get 4 of them per day, as you already know. And you're going to want to do these in at least tier 11 from now on so that you can get your gilded stash with 7 gilded crests at the end. You can do this 3 times per the week for 21 gilded crests. And if you use a Delver's Bounty map, you can get another 10 gilded crests from that for a tier 11 delve, as well as a piece of heroic gear at 694 eye level. Of course, you'll also be getting the champion 684 piece for every single time you complete a bountiful delve above tier 8. For the first delve you complete each week, you will get an archaic cipher key, which will give you a quest. This is going to give you 1,500 Delver's Journey progress. This quest will take you back to Dornagal, where you can hand it in and complete the progress for this, as well as gaining some undercoin. If you don't do delves, you at least want to do 1 delve per week for that exact item and quest so that you can progress your Delver's Journey for Season 3 so you can reach the end. You can do this a lot faster if you play on alts and, do delves as well, because that will fill up the bar for your entire warband. This week is a crafting week, which means that you can get your 5th crafted item. I already have my neck, I have my sword, I have my ring, and I have my belt, and this week I can make something else. I'm probably going to make a 720 eye level pair of boots. Of course, this requires that you have your 2 fractured sparks of starlight. If you don't know how to get your one this week, you're going to get this from a quest in Dornagal over here at this location. This is going to be the Call of the World Soul quest. Right here, you have 4 options. I recommend picking the Koresh World Quest one on the left. This one's going to make you just do 6 world quests within Koresh. And you'll see here, it has this reward for the weekly activity. This is what you're going to get the fractured spark from. So do this quest, accept it here, make your way to Koresh. And within Koresh, you just have to do 6 world quests. I recommend getting the World Quest Tracker add-on, which is going to make it easier to track all of these and do them. When you complete the 6 world quests and you hand in this quest, you will get your 2nd Fractured Spark of Starlight, and you can use this item to make a Spark of Starlight, which will allow us to get our 5th craft. As a quick reminder, to craft yourself a 720 item, you're going to make your way to this location in Dornagal over here. You will have to buy an item from this NPC Cyanite. This will be the Enchanted Gilded Ethereal Crest. This is going to cost you 60 Gilded Ethereal Crests. So it's going to take you a bit of farming until you can get this amount to buy this crest, but you need this in order to make an item up to 720 eye level. Once you have that item, you're going to speak with the crafting orders NPC just next to her. And then you'll go ahead and you'll select what you need. In my case, if I go ahead and I check my boots here, you can see here, I'm going to get these rune branded kickers over here. You will add your spark in at this location. So your spark of starlight, you will get the highest quality of all of these materials. You'll buy them off of the auction house. For your optional reagents, you're going to add the Enchanted Gilded Ethereal Crest. This makes sure that it comes out at 720. For your second option, there is an add embellishment. Now you should know that you can only have 2 pieces of gear crafted that have embellishments. So don't make a crafted gear with an embellishment if you already have 2 of them. So after you have 2 pieces of crafted gear with embellishments, your next crafted gear should not have any, so you leave the slot empty. You can still, however, customize your secondary stats with the missives. If you want like haste and versatility, haste and mastery, you just pick which stats that you want for your character. What's your best stats for your class and spec. And then as always, I recommend either doing a guild order because you can set the quality to the maximum. This means it's guaranteed to come out at 720 eye level, which is what we want. Alternatively, you can also use a personal order and send it to somebody directly who has this profession and set the quality to the highest one available. So it's guaranteed to come out at 720 eye level. So if you don't have anybody in your guild who has this profession or you don't know how to find another person, just go into the general chat and ask, hey, does anybody have leatherworking and can make this item, and link it in the chat window. And then you can send them the personal order to guarantee your 720 eye level item. You should know that Brewfest is still ongoing up until next week, Thursday, the 9th of October. So this means you can still have your chance at the mount by going to your group finder, going to Corin Diabrew in the dungeon section and doing find group. When you go ahead and you kill Corin Diabrew once per day across your entire account, he will have the chance to directly drop the Brewfest bomber mount, which is this one over here. You can only try this on one character for your entire account. So just make sure you do the instance once per day while Brewfest is active. You'll also get a keg-shaped treasure chest when you run this instance. And this has a chance of giving you the Great Brewfest Kodo mount, this one over here. It literally takes 3 or 4 minutes out of your day, looting him, hopefully getting the mount. If not, you can also open up the treasure chest and get some other stuff. But at least try it every day. You should also know that the quests are still active. You can also participate in the Brewfest banquet, which starts every single hour. You can speak with this NPC over here in the main center stage and do a bunch of stuff that can award you 3 chests that you can open up literally every hour for more tokens. For Alliance players, you can find this location over here in Ironforge in the Eastern Kingdom. So right here at this exact spot outside Ironforge. For Horde players, you'll find this in Kalimdor, just outside Orgrimmar at around this location over here. This is to farm tokens so that you can get all the Brewfest achievements, transmog, all different other items that you can purchase from these different shops over here. So check that out while it's still going on, because the only other time is next year this time. In terms of raiding, you can hit Renown level 9 with the Manaforge Vandals, which is going to unlock a interesting perk. For rank 9, you're going to get the Soul Gorged Augment runes from the Soul Hunters boss, which you can also get an additional 3 when defeating them. And these are runes that do not expire on death. So like they're the hearty ones. Interesting. We'll have to see how that works. In other news and raiding, my guild has just defeated Dimensius on heroic difficulty, which of course has unlocked the achievement for ahead of the curve Dimensius for defeating the raid in heroic difficulty before the next patch. Which of course will award you with a quest, and when you hand in this quest, you will get this mount over here. This is the Royal Voidwing mount. And this is what it looks like right over here. Really cool looking mount. The one from Mythic is actually way better, but it's also a lot rarer and also really out of my reach, unfortunately. If you're still pushing your Renown for the Koresh Trust up until level 20, you'll want to go ahead and pick up the Dornogle quest over here at this location. This is from Beergoth, this NPC by the stairs, who will give you a quest where you just do a dungeon. The dungeon is Operation Floodgate. You can do it in follower dungeon mode. This gives you 1,500 reputation to that trust, making it quite easy to boost that Renown track. If you're looking for more renown, if we go ahead and we make our way to Koresh, there are 2 quests that you can pick up weekly, the More Than Just a Phase, as well as the weekly Warrant quest. The Warrant quest over here at this location is going to be randomized between 6 different types of quests. When you do all 6 of them, you'll end up getting the Terror of the Night mount, which looks like this. Really cool. We got it a couple weeks ago. It's also going to award you with some renown for the Koresh Trust. Same with the More Than Just a Phase quest, which is a quest that requires you to go ahead and do activities within phase diving. I recommend doing all the world quests that are entering phase diving. And also while in phase diving, you can find treasures around the world and kill rares within phase diving to make this progress bar count. Upon completing that, you'll get 300 Koresh Trust as well as untethered coins where you can purchase mounts, which you probably gained really early on in the season. You also might as well do Reshinor, the world boss over here. This is because it's going to give you 150 reputation to the Crest Trust. So for trying to boost your renown, this is also required. It's also going to give you a warband bound item, which is going to be a champion level 688 eye level for doing so, which you should already be aware of. The next thing you're going to want to do is the weekly Pinnacle Cache, which is from the Ecological Succession within Koresh at this location. Here you will have to just pick up quests to progress the Help the Oasis progress bar. Each daily quest or weekly quest for that matter. It's kind of weird because these quests sometimes refresh within 3 or 4 days. But anyway, when you do one of them, it counts as 20%, so you just have to do 5 of them. But there are 3 important ones. And these are the 3 that you'll see when you look at them. They award 300 Koresh Trust to the Renown track. So if you just want the Renown and you don't care about the event, at least do the 3 quests that have the Koresh Trust included. Once you fill up that progress bar, you'll get the Wriggling Pinnacle Cache that has a chance to give you a mount, and I still have not gotten it. I don't know how many weeks it's been now. I still refuse to believe that this mount exists. It literally says that 0.6% of people own this mount. Either it's that rare and it's not dropping, or nobody's doing this quest. I have no idea. Do you guys have this thing? Is it real? Is the Curious Slateback a real mount? I need help. Now, since we've done a ton of activities, we have a bunch of crests, and it's a good time for crest trading. So right over here at this location, we'll go to the crest traders just next to the item upgrade NPC. This guy over here. Now, when you open up your shop, you're only going to use the options that cost 45 because the ones that cost 15 are a downgrade. So you're going to buy as many of the ones that cost 45 as you can. This will push you all the way up to Gilded Crests if you have the achievement for Gilded, which is having an item level of 704 in every single slot. So there we go. I bought a bunch. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this. This will give me 15 crests at a time. And this should give me a nice head start to my Gilded Ethereal Crest. And I'm starting at 46 before I even have done a single Mythic Plus dungeon this week. So it's a nice little head start to begin on. In terms of PvP quests for the week, you're going to make your way to the Foregrounds in Dornagal at this location. There's an NPC. You can pick up the 3 PvP quests. The first one is for completing 12 rounds of solo shuffle. You don't have to win, you just have to participate. The second one is for obtaining honor in arena skirmishes. And the Sparks of War quest is in the Ringing Deeps. This has to be done while in war mode, and I recommend killing rares and finding those, like, disturbed earths, the purple patches in the ground, and looting those. Those will help you get sparks a lot quicker. Alternatively, you can look for a Sparks of War group and you just kill a bunch of other players. That works too. If you're watching this video at the time of release, in a couple hours, they're actually going to be releasing some information on Midnight. So we're going to have a little bit of a deep dive on what that expansion is going to bring us. I hope you guys are excited, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.